Hello and welcome to the podcast on lead-acid batteries by Ramesh Natarajan. With industry experience of over 42 years, Ramesh helps battery and battery-related industries with technical inputs and provides solutions to typical problems faced by manufacturers, service personnel, as well as users of batteries and related equipments. Hope you find this podcast useful to your business. Do visit www.rameshnatarajan.in to stay connected.
Hello and welcome to this episode of my podcast where I shall explain battery capacity which varies with respect to rate of discharge. In fact, in my second book, Batteries Demystified for Service Engineers, I have devoted an entire chapter to capacity rating of batteries. In this chapter, I have explained how a battery behaves differently at various rates of discharge. Let's take the case of a stationary battery which is rated as 100 Ah at C10 rating. Now, battery users generally expect that if a battery of 100 Ah is giving 10 amps for 10 hours, it must give 100 amps for 1 hour. Well, battery manufacturers find it very difficult to explain to a battery user as to why the battery does not deliver 100 amps for 1 hour and will deliver only 50 amps for 1 hour. They find it difficult to explain because this characteristic is something very typical and not very easy to explain. When they tell the battery user that the relationship between battery capacity and rate of discharge is not a linear relationship, the user somehow finds it difficult to accept and says that it has to give 100 amps for 1 hour. After all, I am taking only 10 amps for 10 hours, which is at C10 rating, and it has to give 20 amps for 5 hours and 33.3 amps for 3 hours. Well, in reality, what happens is a 100 Ah battery delivers 10 amps for 10 hours and delivers 23.9 amps for 3 hours and not 33 amps for 3 hours. It does not deliver 20 amps for 5 hours. It delivers only 16.66 amps for 5 hours. It does not deliver 100 amps for 1 hour. It is able to deliver only 50 amps for 1 hour. Now, explaining this is not very easy, and I can understand the predicament which a battery manufacturer has to face when he is posed with a question of this nature by the battery user. Now, the battery user finds it difficult to accept this phenomena, and he continues with his doubts and wants the battery manufacturer to clarify properly. Well, digressing from the topic, probably I'll be able to explain this phenomena in a much simpler and user-friendly manner. Suppose I invite you to walk along with me for a distance of about 5 kilometers. You will come with me and maybe we do a walk of 5 kilometers on a daily basis for about 10 days. On the 11th day, if I tell you, oh, we'll have to do some jogging today instead of walking, I'm sure you will not be able to jog for more than 4 kilometers. And the same is the case with me. I'll say it's enough, we are sufficiently tired and let's go back. Let's not complete the 5 kilometers, let's stop at 4 kilometers. And if I tell you to run along with me, I'm sure you won't be able to run for more than 2 to 2.5 kilometers. Why does this happen? This happens because we get tired more faster when we have to run compared to walking. Now, if a battery is made to walk 10 amps for 10 hours, it's able to walk so. But if it's made to run or made to deliver 100 amps for 1 hour, it cannot do so. It will deliver only 50 amps for 1 hour. So you see that we are able to walk for 5 kilometers, but when we have to run, we can run only for 2 to 2.5 kilometers. Now an example of this nature is able to satisfy the customer in terms of battery 2. Now when you state that a battery can give 10 amps for 10 hours, it cannot give 100 amps for 1 hour, probably the user of the battery will understand that when you tire out the battery by asking for a higher current, it is not possible to do it on a pro rata basis, or the battery is not able to run to that extent as it can walk. I do hope I have simplified the matter as regards the relationship between battery capacity and the rate of discharge, and it is easy for you to now clarify that the relationship between capacity and discharge rate is not a linear relationship when it comes to a lead acid battery. Thank you.
Please do visit www.rameshnatrajan.in. Keep yourself updated about our new releases by hitting the subscribe button.